Hi guys, welcome back.
Hello.
So summer is very rapidly approaching. I give it about 6 weeks or so.
Yeah, 6 weeks until I go on holiday, so perfect.
Exactly. So together today, we are going to set ourselves a 6-week challenge. We're going to go through our nutrition together. We're going to go through our training together to get ourselves as good as we can be for 6 weeks time.
Yes, and all we want you to do, we want to do it all together with every single one of you. So we're going to set up a little hashtag saying hashtag 6 weeks to summer. We want you to tweet, we want you to add your pictures, we want you to add your food, your training, your sweat. We're going to do exactly the same and we're going to nail it over the next 6 weeks. So let's get the layout.
Okay guys, so let's start with our training. This is the easy part, okay? So the first thing we want you to do is do 3 to 5 training sessions a week. We want these to be 40 minutes to an hour. If you're the women, you're probably going to be about 40 minutes because you tend to be a little bit more stressed. If you're guys, you can go up to the hour mark if you want, as a rule.
Within that 3 to 5 days, if you have a gym available, you want to be getting some big compound movements in like squats and deadlifts, getting the hormones flushing around the system and burning some serious calories. If you want to work on the old gun show or you want to work on the chest a little bit harder or the abs, isolate them at the end of the session. But first of all, get those compound movements in and get some body weight movement in to burn some calories.
Yeah, buddy. So in terms of reps, how many times you're doing the exercise, we're gonna aim for about 8 to 15, okay? It's a little bit more than if you're doing strength, but we're gonna burn a little bit more glycogen and hopefully a few more calories as well. You're gonna want to hit 2 to 3 sets of that, maybe 4 if you want to, and then as you'll progress through the weeks, you might want to up the intensity a little bit. So you might want to bring in some drop sets, you might want to bring in some supersets. Superset is basically just doing another exercise back to back quite simply. So you might do a bench press and you might do a press up afterwards if you want to.
Right, so cardio time. We don't normally talk about it a great deal, but you've only got 6 weeks, so you need to get it in.
Hell yeah.
We're going for 2 to 3 sessions a week. One of those at least has to be a HIIT session.
Oh, yeah.
By that we mean maximal effort followed by steady state recovery. So treadmill is the simplest. We want you to get on there 20 to 30 seconds as hard, 100% as you possibly can, followed by a steady state walk for a minute to recover. Do that for up to 10 minutes and you shouldn't be able to do any more. Follow it up with an incline walk, steady state, 5 to 6 on the maximal effort scale for another 10 minutes.
So it's really important on the HIIT training just to add that little bit of steady state cardio afterwards. When you're doing your HIIT training, you're freeing up your fatty acids. We then want to oxidize them and get rid of them so we don't reabsorb them, okay? After you've done your HIIT training, you do your steady state cardio, then your other 2 sessions, if you want to do the other 2 steady state, you're just going to do 20 minutes, something like 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes if you want to, steady state. So about 6 out of 10 on how hard you're working. Jog, walk, bike, ride, whatever you want to do.
Right, so for you guys who have not got a gym at home, you can't get away with it that easily. Your body is the most unused gym in the world.
Amen.
So get it out, get your Speedos on, do some work at home because no one's gonna see you, unstabilize the surface and get outside as well.
Okay, food time. This is the most important thing. This is 70% of your work, okay? This is what's really gonna make a difference for you getting in beach ready condition. Right, so the first thing we want you to do, okay, is just go onto an online calculator and find out roughly how many calories you need a day, okay?
They are free.
They are free. So Harris and Benedict is the kind of good formula to use. That's going to give you kind of a rough guide of where you want to be. Some of them will allow you to say, I want to lose weight, and they will minus 500 calories off it. If not, and you've got one yourself, minus anything up to 500 calories off it, okay? Once you know your base calories that they've given you, it's really, really important to play with those calories. Once you've got that rough idea that they've given you, that is it, it's a rough idea, okay? You can play with it from there. So if you're trying to gain muscle and gain weight, you might go up 100 every week and weigh yourself at the same time on a Friday, let's say, and if you're gaining a pound a week, you know you're eating enough. If you're not gaining, you're not eating enough, and vice versa for losing. As long as you're active, if you're not losing weight, then chances are you're still eating a little bit too many calories or not that great foods.
And point number 2, it seems really obvious, but so many people forget. They up their activity levels and they keep their hydration levels exactly the same. You're going to be doing some HIIT training, you're going to be sweating, you're going to be absolutely dying in that gym, so make sure you bring up your levels of hydration. If you're already drinking maybe 1 litre to 1.5 litres of water,
it's not enough.
It's definitely not enough anyway. Over the next month, bring it up by at least 1 litre to keep up with your hydration.
So you're going to want plenty of leafy greens and veg. It's really overlooked, but these things are full of fibre, full of phytonutrients, antioxidants. They are just literally probably the most important thing in your diet, in my opinion. They are.
And also you want food that's going to rot. If it's going to sit there for 2 weeks and you're going, oh yeah, it's got a good sell-by date on it, do not go near it.
Yeah, guys.
If it don't rot, don't eat it.
Stay away from the processed stuff. Okay, so we've got 6 weeks to really hit at this and really get the results we want. One of the really kind of awesome things you can use is basically carb manipulation. Okay, so these are different ways of taking your carbohydrates in through a day. It's very specific to a person. So I can't go, right, you're doing carb cycling, you're doing carb backloading, or whatever, okay? But what I can say for the majority of you is carb backloading is going to work quite well. It's going to increase your insulin sensitivity. So for those of you who aren't particularly active through the day, if you're a builder or you're running around, you're an athlete, then you're probably not going to be needing to do this, but you're also going to want more calories through the day. So say you work in an office, what we want you to do is we want you to have your carbs after your workout. So let's say you work out at 6 o'clock in the night. Your morning food is going to be kind of fat and protein based. It might be eggs, it might be salmon with loads of veg, you might have meat and veg at lunch, you might have some nuts as a snack in between. But after you've done your workout, you're then going to bring your carbohydrates in to restore your muscle glycogen and help you recover. Also, taking the carbs in at this time of the day, it's very, very easy to be stored in muscles because you've made room for them when you've been doing your workout. Okay guys, and the last point to take home is this. No processed food. So 6 weeks, let's do it together. Let's get involved. You're gonna have a list in a minute come up with all the things we said. Don't forget to get involved. #6 weeks to summer.